Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. Igama lami uNtando Mdletshe, and on this channel siyaye sibuka ama-reality shows ethu ala eMzansi bese siza la sokhuluma ngawo lama shows, siyaphinda futhi sikhulume ngama-celebrities kanye nama-YouTubers ethu ala eMzansi. If it's your first time joining us today and you happen to like our content, do not forget to press the subscribe button and the notification bell ukuze phela uthole umyalezo uma ngabe umsebenzi omusha sesiwufakile. There's a join button for those who want to join our group of members. There's a thanks button for those who want to thank the channel ngemali, and also if you want to support the channel, please watch an advert or two that plays during this video. You guys, you know, one thing that happens when it comes to AMA cases, HGBV, gender-based violence, and especially relating to our celebrities or our heroes or the people that we look up to, and there is never a time really where a person will come out and say, especially when they are still being accused of gender-based violence. There's never a time where a person just come out and say, listen, I did it, it was wrong. This is what I am taking as my part of it, as accountability. It never happens. Like if it's a current case that is going on and somebody is being accused, they always deny it, and it always leaves us in that space of she says, he says, and we have to choose as the viewers who we believe, but nobody ever comes out to say that they did it. And that's the thing that makes it difficult for us to know where do we stand with this particular person as far as us, because phela umuntu uma simthanda as a celebrity, sometimes you want to know what did he really do that if they've been accused of that. So that is something that really doesn't happen. And part of it is because there are legal implications to them admitting if it has happened. But it also leaves us in the space where we think that every time a celebrity is accused of gender-based violence, that they're being lied on, because nobody ever admits it, and sometimes there's never any consequences. So it's like if gender-based violence really happens with just average people, but with celebrities, every time they are accused, it's a lie. But with other people, it's really happening. Like when a woman says they have been abused in a relationship, it's really happening. It's a weird thing, you guys. It's a weird thing. Nobody ever wants to take responsibility for it. They can come out here and say, listen, I've made some bad decisions when it comes to my money. I am broke right now, or whatever. But they will never come out here and say, listen, I have made mistakes in my relationships and I have been abusive and all of that. So it's quite interesting when somebody comes out and admits. And also, even if it is in the past, because usually they will do it when it's in the past and they know there's no legal implications to it. But I think we have to take what we can get, and see what lessons we can get from it. And also other people who are in relationships, who are men as well, they can get some lessons from it. So even though I don't like the fact that they always say it after the fact, like years later, but at least if they admit to it, then people can that are still in relationships and they're still being abusive, maybe they have things that they can learn in that relationship. That is the reason I want to do this story here, you guys. This story is about Ubaba Sello Maake. It's written by Megan van der Heever for the South African publication. It was written yesterday on the 23rd of October 2022. It says it won't happen again. Sello Maake on past as an abuser. It says he has opened up about abusing women in the past and the steps he took to rehabilitate himself. Sello Maake is sharing his truth about his abusive past and how he worked to rehabilitate himself. The veteran actor sat down with Dineo Ranaka and Sol Penduka on Kaya FM breakfast show. I have to watch that interview actually. Sello Maake has taken on many roles in his life, but one he is proud of in his history, he is not proud of, is his history of abusing women in relationships. Speaking candidly about his past, the soapy star revealed a side of him not many fans knew. When asked if he ever hit a woman, he responded, yes, I did. So Sello also opened up about how he rehabilitated his behavior as an abuser back in the 1980s. He continued, for me, it took introspection. When I saw I had my father's temperament, I practiced a time out, he added. I realized what was one of the drivers to the abuse, which was insecurity and jealousy. For anyone who is experiencing similar struggles, Sello Maake advises deal with yourself first. It's not what the other person does, it's how you react to it. I like that because that is so true. That is so true. Because abusers will always say, but you get me to that place, you make me do that, and which is not, it has nothing to do with the other person. And whilst he admits to relapsing in 2000, Silo added, for as long as I live, it won't happen again. On the topic of gender-based violence in South Africa, Silo called on men in particular to have to have open and have a sincere conversation about it. Sello Maake new outlook is partly thanks to his wife Pearl Mbewe, who he married last year, and with Sello being 62 and his wife 40, the age difference has nothing to do with it. He shared of their relationship in an Instagram post. I made a decision that the day I went to pay Lobola, when I said to my delegation, please don't negotiate any amount with the family. Whatever they want, please tell them I will pay it, because there are no ways you can put a price on a person who practically saved your career and your life. Oh, that's great. He added, it took me 40 years to find her, and God willing, I plan on giving him the best 40 years of my life, you guys. I like this because, you guys, this is somebody that is very famous. This is somebody that where a lot of people look up to, and for him to come out and say, yes, I did that, I am not proud of it, and this is how I worked through it. It might actually help somebody, because somebody else might be in that position where they are being abused, where they are being abusive, because we have to admit, guys, there might be people that are being abusive and they know that it's wrong to be abusive, but they have no way of knowing how to stop. And I think the tip that he's giving of doing a time out, when you're feeling like you're getting to that place where you might possibly be physically abusive to your partner. Also, just the fact that you have to understand that it actually has nothing to do with the next person. It has everything to do with you. It has everything to do with what you feel inside. That's what causes you to be abusive. And also, you guys, when you are in that place where you feel like every time you're in a relationship and something happens in the relationship that is not in your favor, that you do not like, that you feel like you get to a place where when you want to be physical with somebody, maybe it's not the time for you to be in the relationship. Maybe it's a time for you to take a step back and work on yourself, and then when you've worked on those issues that you have within yourself, then you can get into a relationship, because sometimes it's hard to work on things within yourself while you're in a relationship at the same time, because obviously your partner has certain needs, and that might cause a problem too when you have not worked on things that you need to work on within yourself. But I really admire the fact that he has come out and say it. It doesn't sound like it's something he's proud of, but he is definitely proud of the fact that he worked on it, and he believes that he will never do it again. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please like it before Pumegana. Share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers in Mtanda.